Welcome to Wellness Concepts. My name is Nicole Wickberg. I'm an authorized SaladMaster dealer here in Edmonton, Alberta. And today we are going to show you what we are known for, and it is our beef. We're going to show you how to fry steak in a frying pan that comes out absolutely phenomenal. So a lot of times people go, well, what about the barbecue? Again, there's a health scale. The difference is this takes 5 minutes to cook from start to finish versus the barbecue when you've got to preheat it and everything. And my question to you is, when's the last time that you threw the barbecue in the dishwasher, right? So they get pretty dirty. So this is absolutely phenomenal. You also tend to eat less protein, less red meat when you do it this way as well. On a barbecue, when you go to sear, you sear where the grill is. When you sear our steak, you're gonna sear the entire steak, you're gonna flip it, you're gonna sear the entire steak. Now, if you like your steaks whole, I'm gonna show you how to do that, but today we're gonna do what's called a cube steak. And when you do that, you're gonna sear almost every single side. So although this steak is absolutely mouth-watering amazing, and you're gonna want to overeat, you actually can't. So what we're gonna do, again, is we're gonna use our 11-inch skillet. This is the workhorse of your set. I mean, this is so popular, it's absolutely dynamite. And again, we show you how to fry without oil. Yes, you can fry with oil. However, we're gonna show you a heart-smart, diabetic-friendly way to cook. And even if you're not, but maybe you're looking to prevent disease, maybe you're looking to prevent weight gain, or maybe you just wanna eat healthy, this is the way to do it. So the steak is gonna be fried today in a frying pan. It's gonna be more tender and juicy than the barbecue, and I know you don't believe me, but bear with me for the next 3 minutes and we're gonna show you. So you do what's called the water test. You take the water and you put it in the pan. It needs to bead and run like mercury. If it evaporates, it is not hot enough. If you put your meat in, it will stick, not sear. It does not matter what type of meat you're doing. Whether it's chicken, whether it's pork, whether it's beef, you always pat your meat dry first. So you take a piece of paper towel and you pat it dry on all sides, okay? This has already been done ahead of time, so you wanna make sure that it's dry because that's gonna allow us the ability to fry without anything, okay? So again, the pan is preheated, the meat is dry, and we're gonna teach you today how to fry without any oil. So you take your steak and you stick it in the pan. Now, if you're at home and you have a fan, this is where you're gonna wanna turn it on. And you're gonna stick down the other side, okay? What I'm gonna be using today for spice is a garlic powder, not salt, okay? Because unless you're a vampire, in my opinion, you can't overdo garlic, okay? But you can definitely overdo garlic salt. So we're gonna just use a little bit of garlic powder. We're gonna add that and we're gonna crack the lid. Oh my goodness, and if you're here, you can already smell it. It's starting to brown and it's starting to just smell awesome. So, depending on the size of your steak, now if you go to Costco, you're gonna get those nice thick, they're almost like a roast. Those you might have to sear for 2 to 4 minutes on the side. Depending on which store, if you go to one that has a little bit smaller and thinner steak, maybe a fast fry. If it's a thin fast fry, you're gonna only sear for maybe 30 seconds to a minute. This steak we're gonna sear for about maybe a minute to 2. And how you tell when your meat is ready to go, all you do is check it out, okay? So see, it's still sticking. It's not quite ready yet. It needs maybe another 20 seconds or so. So if you go to pull on it and it's still sticking like crazy, just means that it's not quite seared and you just have to wait a few more minutes. Also, one thing that I'm gonna use today is our SaladMaster knife. They are absolutely awesome. And so our knife set, we showed you a little 1.5 quart in one of our rice recipes that you can get for free. We have awesome hosting gifts for people that are interested in learning more about health and nutrition, trying to cook healthier. Maybe you just are tired of cooking the old-fashioned way and you want something that's more effective. When you do host a party, we give you free stuff. So those are some of our free stuff that we have. You can also use the flipper, and what we're gonna do is, again, flip it over. Now you see it's nice and seared, okay? So when it's nice and seared like that, now it's ready to go. So we're gonna stick down that other side. So unlike the barbecue again, this is gonna sear the whole thing in. Now only about 30 seconds or so. We're gonna take it out, cube it up, throw it back in the pan, and we're gonna be good to go, okay? So again, people ask me all the time, do you have to cube it? For those of you that have kids, make it easier on yourself. You have to cut it up anyways. For those of you that want, personally, I do the cube steak because it's so awesome and it's so easy. But if you want it whole, all you do right now, put the lid on tight. And you put the lid on tight for about maybe a minute to 4 minutes, depending if you want it mooing or cremated, okay? And what I like is about a medium rare consistency. So we're gonna take it out and it's nice and seared, okay? We're gonna put the lid on, leave it on the heat source. You need to leave it on the heat source because then what's gonna happen is it's gonna stay nice and hot because we need to sear it. So if you see right now, it's seared on the side, but it's basically a blue rare in the middle. What that does when we cube it up is set that juice in the middle, okay? And then it's gonna give you that nice, awesome melt in your mouth consistency. One of the ways that we show you how to save money when you use our cookware is to buy a cheaper cut of steak. You don't have to buy a fillet or anything. We just use a top sirloin, which known as the top end of your bottom end cuts. So you get the flavor and you get a nice juicy steak. So we're gonna cube it up here. Now, if this was your Teflon, you should be very concerned because it would be overheating right now, okay? But it's not. It's SaladMaster, so don't worry about it. Because again, when we set it, we've got to set that juice and finish searing. And if anything's burning right now, it's just a little bit of spice that's left because you've spiced the steak. Okay, so we've got it nice and cubed. It's ready to go. Take your lid off. Don't worry about that. Throw it back in the pan. Now when you put your steak back in the pan, make sure that you spread it out, okay? And the reason being is you need it to sear all the sides. So make sure you spread it out. Montreal steak spice, whatever kind of spice you prefer. A little bit more garlic powder, because it's awesome. Now put the lid on. And this is maybe about 30 seconds or so, and it's gonna be good to go. 30 seconds to a minute. So in about 30 seconds, I'm gonna stir it up. Again, make sure that everything is gonna be nice and seared. And again, when you put that lid on tight, now you're setting the juice within the steak. So you get not a dried out steak, not a burnt one on the barbecue because you went back for that extra drink from the fridge and you turn your back on your barbecue for 2 seconds. So again, this is the one meal, steak and eggs, that you actually stand at your stove for 5 minutes to cook because they're just so fast, so quick, and so easy. Okay, so again, you can see it's almost ready to go. And it also does not dry your food out. Because the lid is on, it's gonna be a nice, moist, tender steak. So while that's going, I'm just gonna grab a plate to stir it, to serve it. So again, this is one thing at first, you'll probably overeat because it's so fast, so quick, so easy to do, and it tastes awesome. But then you'll be like, okay, we need to slow down. Maybe we'll add some fish, maybe we'll add some chicken. So stay tuned for some of our upcoming classes that we're gonna show you how to do those things with, okay? So again, the last few. In about 10 more seconds, I'm just gonna shut that off and it's ready to go. Okay, so again, nice seared steak, hot water in a hot pan. Let it sit 5, 10, 15 minutes and that comes right out. And again, all of our cookware is dishwasher safe as well. And it starts to clean so easy. You can already see it's already starting to lift and we haven't even hardly let that water sit in there. So again, always put hot water in a hot pan. Show you how to fry your meat without any oils, without any batters or anything. And again, you're good to go now. Okay? So enjoy.